Tony, there's a talent war in this country. And as president of Temple University, one of the foremost questions I receive is, how are our students going to get jobs once they graduate? It's an area that I research quite heavily, as you know. And my question to you is, as a large organization, Temple Health, part of Temple University, how are you seeing parallels between what you are doing in the C-suite in terms of trying to attract the best talent, retain the best talent, provide a culture that the talent really wants and expects, just like all the Fortune 500 organizations are doing out in the world? One of the issues in particular, which you and I have talked at length about, is around that cultural element of being mission focused, being targeted around social justice issues. You can have an organization that does not have a stance on social justice issues. You can have an organization where the leadership is not transparent or authentic about their beliefs, their interest and views around social justice issues. Or you can do the flip, and you can have an organization and leadership that is very, very forthcoming about what we stand for and what we believe, and asking people, the employees, to engage in that way. What do we do at Temple, and is that helping us in the talent war?
I believe it is. Our students of today are our employees of tomorrow. And so I have a vested interest in our students beyond just teaching them and beyond just getting them through to a degree. My vested interest is these are the people who I want to retain as employees, as staff nurses, staff physicians, staff pharmacists, staff anything, who come on board to help continue to serve the mission. And so it's in my interest to help them fulfill their own desire and their own needs in the world of social justice. And we take it in a bunch of different ways. When you look at what we do with retention in staff, we're one of the best at retaining staff. Our turnover rate is less than half of what the average is in this country for turnover rate in health systems, because we allow our employees to be that kind of individual. Now, when you take it to specific items like diversity, equity, and inclusion, we have a very purpose and focused mission there, very specific activities that we go along there. When you take it to the streets, to trauma, it's very specific and very motivated and very driven. And it starts at the top. Using trauma as an example, I'm a loose peripheral to that, even as the CMO of the health system. But it's actually struck me at the core when my son was involved in a school shooting. And so to me, that's a driven mission. And that's something that is personal to me to make sure that we continue. We have others who have personal missions of a variety of topics from the C-suite, and we all push those. We all move those forwards. We all make sure that we continue to stay laser focused on those. At the same time, it also is helping our employees to be empowered to speak out in those kind of realms and those kind of opportunities. And I think that's critical for businesses. That goes across the healthcare industry and into other industries. This is where we are in our youth and society today. And we, as senior leaders, have to meet that demand.